Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mind Body TV. I'm so glad to have you here. I am Dr. Kim Duramo. We have a really special episode for today around releasing the past. And here we are at the end of 2022. This is an awesome time to do this exercise. It will be really powerful for everyone who is participating. And this is also in preparation for a live event. We're having a virtual live event we're having in January called the Mind Body Awakening. So for those of you who are part of that in January and are going to be with us then, this is a part of the preparation series. Last week, we did victim to victor, like shifting victim energy, coming into the true consciousness that you are in power. And today is equally essential to this piece with letting go of the past. Whenever we release what we're not, it creates a vacuum. It creates a massive space of opening through which comes everything we've been asking for. And so a lot of the things we're holding are from like a long time ago when we were a different person. Maybe we had a different understanding. Maybe we didn't have the awareness and the consciousness we have now. And so what we are holding from way back then is not even true for us. It's not resonant for us. It's not serving us. And as soon as we let that go, it just sucks in all the richness that life has for us now at the frequency and consciousness we're at now, which is way beyond where you've been in the past. So it's an automatic healing. It's an automatic upgrade. It's an automatic renewal for your relationships, for your work, for your body, for every aspect of your life, your money and your finances, to really begin to function at the level of where you are now. So if you've been struggling and you're like, why this isn't working out, why I can't manifest what I want, this exercise we'll do today with releasing the past is one of the most powerful ways to like clear the slate and let everything come in effortlessly. So welcome. Thank you for being here. Here we go. I didn't get on yet here we are also now broadcasting in Instagram. So welcome to Mind Body TV. So as I was sharing, this session is about releasing the past, a really powerful thing to be doing as we are completing the year. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. So thank you for tuning in. Sue from Victoria, BC. Mary, Southern California. Hello, Shia. Jane. Holly from Gardnerville in Nevada. All right, KR. Here we go. Seattle, Montreal, South Africa, New Mexico, Ireland, Walnut Creek, BC, Canada, South Africa, Oregon, UK, Oklahoma, Australia, woohoo, UK. All right, British Columbia. Thank you guys for being here. I am actually going to be in Australia next year for an amazing event that's happening in April. I'd love to meet you there. All right, so this is part of the Into the Light series, which is a 4-week series we've created. The first 2 of these are as we're exiting 2022. So a lot of completions, releasing victim consciousness, which is what we did last year. And then the next 2 are going to be after the holidays. I've got like a 2-week break in there. And these last 2 will be in January, where we will be welcoming in clarity, power to access manifestation. All of this is in preparation for the Mind Body Awakening event, which takes place in January. If you would like to join me live for that amazing and powerful workshop, it's a virtual event. You'll be in your own home doing this, but I will bring you through a very, very powerful integration right up front on the Friday night as we begin this work together to really just accelerate everything we've been doing in this prep, but really cultivate your power for who you really are and letting that wake up in your life to begin living your abundant life now. So that will be one of the most powerful parts of that event. And then during the rest of the weekend, I'm going to have amazing speakers who will be part of this workshop with me. Kyle Cease, who many of you know, Aaron Abke, who came in from Mind Body TV a couple of weeks ago. He's amazing. And then my husband, Mario Terez-Leon, who is amazing, talking about cultivating conscious partnership and conscious relationship. So the live event, you can register. It's at drkimd.com/live. All the details are there. Oh, wait a minute. All the details are there. And we will put the link for that in the comments here for you. All right. So the first thing when we're talking about what this session is about today with releasing the past is we've got to begin to look at what we're carrying. Most of what we're carrying is unconscious, whether it's old emotions, resentments, anger, trauma, from maybe something substantial that happened that we're aware of, like this thing that maybe for years and years happened in my life, or a certain trauma that happened at one time that's like, whoa, I've never been the same since. Or I want to make this clear. For many people, they may have, poor health, struggles with money, lack in the relationships where it's like, I never really get the love I really want. I always have to give. And they can't seem to locate any trauma. Like, well, I'm happy. I had a great upbringing. Everything was great. This is just something wrong with me. And I want to just validate that even if there's no overt trauma you're aware of, as an empathic, energy sensitive person, being raised in an environment that says your value is outside yourself, that you have no intrinsic value, an environment that says your worth is based on what you have or your accomplishments, or an environment that says, you're separate from everything else and you got to like fend for yourself to get what you need because, you got to go out there and get it. It's not already in you. This is traumatic. Like, we know as infinite beings of light, I am worthy of love. I am a being of light. I am infinitely valued and valuable. I'm here to be a contribution just by being the essence of who I am. And then we come into this environment that says like, oh no, you have to do this and you have to do that and you're not good enough and you have to have these achievements and you have to have enough money and you have to blah, 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 blah. All these conditions subconsciously is traumatizing. It is like, if it's not conscious, it's a subconscious trauma. And it's like a beat down throughout our lives that has us completely feel depleted. So if you just want to honor that, that is enough, because there's a part of you that got like shut out because of that. There's a part of you that got turned off and suppressed because of that. And we want to bring that part back. Okay, so I always like to start with an acknowledgement of like, why are we even doing this? Where are we going? What is the whole point? What is it you would like to welcome into your life? If you could wave a magic wand and allow massive joy and abundance and love and lightness and wealth to come in, what would that look like? Who do you really get to be in your free life? Like, hello, who are you? Look who we have. Who do you really get to be? Yeah. Are you a ninja? Yeah? What kind of ninja are you? This is Ninja Gianni. Well, Mama's doing her broadcast. You want to sit? You want to sit or go back downstairs? All right. I love you. Okay, you stay here. Surprise. All right. So who do I get to be? Because when we go through the work of letting go, there can be programs that make that hard. Like we have an attachment, or like, no, I have to be this way. I have to do this thing. I have to have these things. And unless we have a really big reason and a big why, we may not have enough power to find that courage to let go. And I think somebody needs to handle what's happening in YouTube. Jess or Alicia, if you could do that, because we got some interesting comments here. So first things first is, if I were in my total freedom, totally resourced and loved for who I really am, who do I get to be? What do I get to experience? And what comes into my life as a result of that? And so sort of brainstorm on some of that general or specific. Why? Where are we going? What is it for? What are you ready to receive? Because this is where you get energy. You actually cultivate energy from that. We could call it future self. We could call it your why, but it already exists now. You're just not really tapping into it as much as you could. So that self knows who she is or he is living their highest purpose and passion, is contributing in a meaningful way to something that you really care about, is thriving cellularly in that vitality and vibrance and aliveness and joy. So this is the why. And you may have like a specific thing about like what's happening in your business or what's happening in your family, but generalities are absolutely fine too. So always go to the why. And then the second part, let me just see if we've got any. He's adorable. I know he's so cute. I love your visitor. Cutest ninja ever. Good. That resonates and makes sense. Yes, I'm not aware of trauma, but there's definitely lack in my finances and relationships. So it's just somewhere where you're not in full alignment with who you are. Okay. So who would I have to be? Okay. So are you willing to release everything you think you are that says like you're not that says you can't have that says, oh, but I have all these blockages. Oh, but it's like the yeah, but, right? Yeah, I get this. But for me, because I had this trauma or I had this accident or I have this illness and I have this disease, I can't be healthy. I can't be whole. I can't have what I want. Or because I effed up my relationships, I'm never really going to have great love. Like we have all these ideas. And so in this exercise today, get clear, write them down, share them here with me. What would those ideas be? What ideas and thoughts you have about yourself that says like, well, here's why it can't come easily. Or, well, maybe it could, but maybe 10 years from now, because like, I still got to work some stuff out here. So what puts it off in like how much you could let in, or yeah, I could let it in, but it's going to probably take some time because I got some stuff to work through. Like, what are the conditions you're putting in that have it be off in the distance? It's not here. It's not accessible, maybe for other people, but not for me. So you really want to look at that. And are you willing to release the chalkboard, erase the chalkboard of everything you think you are? So if you had that chalkboard of all those thoughts, maybe some of them that I just mentioned, maybe other things that I haven't thought about who I am, what my circumstances are, what my past is that's going to dictate what is or is not possible now, and erase that whole chalkboard. I can't invest in myself. Yep. So there's a program that says I can't invest in myself. And I see this a lot where people will want to come into a program and, wow, this is amazing, but oh, I don't have the money, or oh, I can't spend that much money on myself. There's other more important things. And what you're saying is like, well, yeah, Kim, I want you to invest in me, but I'm not going to invest in myself. Like, I'm not really worth it. I don't really think this can happen. So I'm not going to invest in myself. And all you need to do is clear that is just question that, right? Like, is this really true? So you write it down. I can't invest in myself. I'm not worth investing in. I don't have the money. And then just look at it. Is this true? Is it true I can't take that step? And how does it make me feel when I believe this is true, right? Heavy or light? What if the opposite were true? So Byron Katie's work is really great with this, with that flip where you're like, wait a minute, what if the opposite were true? How would I feel if the exact opposite were true? If I knew I was in the greatest investment I could ever make, if I knew that the greatest investment I could ever make was meeting my needs and bringing myself that fulfillment and truly investing in what makes my heart sing, what if that was the thing that created the most abundance in my life? Mm-hmm. Okay. Self-doubt about building my business. I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough time. Yeah. So it's just energy. It's just an idea. So that's what you want to write down. What if I erase that chalkboard? What if none of that is true? Worth was was be brilliant, be the first, be beautiful, be quiet, be smartest in each grade. Yeah, your worth is to be the smartest. Your worth is if you're the first. So these are just ideas. So you want to look at them because what you feel, you can heal. What you're still hiding and suppressing kind of like stays in the doldrums of the unknown and it's not accessible. So just call it out. Too much anxiety and health issues. Yeah, I have way too many issues for anybody to love me. I have way too many issues for me to ever be free and be healthy. It's taking forever. It's not that bad. Yep, these are great. I don't deserve it. Awesome, Robert. If I can remove the fear in me, I would be in a much better place. Yeah, so it's conditional. Well, if I could move this fear, then I'd be at a better place. But right now, here, as I am, how I am, where I am, no, 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 no. So all of these are past conditioning that have us now believe this thing, and we bring it in the present. I can't finish anything going on. Yep. Done with the belief that I have to work hard and that life has to be a struggle. Yeah, so these are collective completions. Like we as a human collective have actually completed with the bullshit idea. I have to work hard to get ahead. I have to work hard to make money. I have to work hard to make my life work. Or someone said to me a long time ago, well, obviously, like the older I get, the harder I have to work for it to be healthy. And I was like, what? That's like a death sentence. That's like saying the further I go along in life, the harder my life's going to be. Like, why would you want that? So yeah, it's just an idea. Who would I be without this idea? What if the opposite were true? I feel I keep investing money into myself and then I don't use it wisely. Yep. So just look at that. Everything that is and isn't. Could you just erase the chalkboard of that? Blow away the chalk dust, which is just all these ideas where maybe I'm really hard on myself. Like I invest in myself and then I'm just such a waste of time. So let that go and let's look at what's actually possible here. Like I've been looking for a savior or protection from the world. Yep. That's also a collective piece that's ready to fall away. Old beliefs that my worth was something to chase after. Love was something to win or earn. Yep, awesome. So see this. And as you see this, feel it. Feel how heavy it feels to like you to even think that's true. Like love is something I've got to earn. How do I feel? If I'm honest, if I really drop in, how does it feel in my body when I carry that belief? Healing is slow and I'm okay. I don't need to be happier and all that jazz. Yep. Yep. That's a great one to look at, right? Like I'm not going to invest in my expansion because like I should just be happy as I am. And healing is slow, which actually is not true. There are many, many instances where healing can be instantaneous and it's kind of mind blowing. Good. I can't thrive because I'm transgender in Russia. I know it's not true. Awesome. Am I really worthy to have any passion come true? Yep. I don't know enough yet. Good, 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 good. All right. Awesome. Thanks, you guys. The belief that other humans have to soothe me or save me, which is also victim energy. And you could go for, if you didn't do last week's segment, that'd be super useful as well, because this is like our part 2 of 4 in preparation for the live event in January. If you do want to be a part of that, it's a virtual live event where we're going to be doing this really in-depth workshop together. Too many traumas. Yes, I used to have that as well. Okay, so with all of this, close your eyes for a moment, and I want you to just like write it all on that that chalkboard, like a big chalkboard in front of you. Everything that's on there. And then anything you haven't seen, anything you haven't shared, anything conscious or unconscious that's also ready to go, which is a limitation or a perspective, seeing yourself as lacking or limited, seeing yourself from the eyes of the small self and thinking all of this is true. Just throw that all up on the blackboard as well. Take a deep breath, honoring all of what this has been, honoring how challenging and painful it is to live with these truths as if they're true, to live with these beliefs as if they're true, and just honoring what it's been like to live in this much suppression, right? But I'm the one who chose it consciously or unconsciously. I'm the one who's subscribed to it, and I can make a new choice. So just breathing in. It's okay. This is here. It's okay to notice. And then erase the chalkboard. Take a big giant eraser, erase the whole thing, blow away the chalk dust. It's just energy. When the energy is held together this way in this limiting belief, kind of creates havoc on my life. What if I just transmute that, erase the chalkboard, blow away the chalk dust, and let it go back to pure energy? It's all it is. Breathe into these spaces of pain. Breathe out, let everything go. And then the question I have for you is, are you ready to let these ideas, these beliefs, and the feelings and experiences that go along with them go? Are you ready to let this go? Yes, baby.
Hi.
Hi, want to come in?
Of course,
They're both home from school today. I'm not done yet. No. All right, come here. This question is the most important question you can answer. Oh, hello, sweet one. You want to stay here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here.
Can I do it? Mickey Mouse?
No, I'm on a broadcast.
On Demo's computer.
Jerry!
On Demo's computer.
Love you. Could you please go back down? You can do it. You can do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I know, outfit change, Gianni. It's ask Jerry. She knows where it is.
But she doesn't know how to do it. Mickey Mouse.
Okay, well, I'll be done in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, right? Just patience. I know if I have any attachment, he's gonna keep hanging out. Okay, so am I ready to let it go? Now, there are two answers. In the mind, it's going to be a lot of answers like this. I would let it go if I knew how. Or, well, I would be ready, but I don't know how. I would be ready, but I don't think it's possible. Or I would be ready, but. Okay, but the actual truth is there's two answers. There's yes and there's no. Two functional answers that we can move forward with. And it doesn't matter if it's a yes or it's a no. Yes, I am ready to let it go. No, I'm not ready to let it go. It matters that it is one of these two. And so you're going to just share in whether it's a yes or a no. Holly says, yes, ready to let go. And I'm just going to tell you, like, even if it's no, that is just as functional. We can work with either one. What we can't work with is the yeah, but. Well, I'm ready to let it go, but this and that needs to happen first, right? We put conditions. Well, I would be ready to let it go, but I don't know how. Like, this is just the way the mind distracts you from choosing to move forward, yes or no, and keeps you in the no man's land of powerlessness. I'm worth people's time. I'm worth energy being spent on me or being invested in me, which is kind of the way I like to think it. I am a worthy investment. When I am fed and nourished and watered, amazing things happen for all of humanity. So yes, I'm ready to fully invest in truly nurturing my whole self. I don't know how to move forward, but I am ready to let go. So KR, see if you can distill that to make it a little cleaner where it is truly a yes or a no. Because it can be like, even though my mom thinks I'm not ready, I choose to move forward. Even though my mind thinks I can't do it, I choose to say yes. Even though my mind thinks I don't know how and I have to know how, erase the chalkboard of that. I'm a yes. So it doesn't matter, but it has to be one or the other. So work with your own mind and like see if you can let that just release first. Like, wait a minute, from my clarity, it's a yes or no. Maybe it's as easy as Gianni's outfit change. Yes, I'm ready to let go. Good, Abby. Yes. Jaria. I don't know. Sorry, I'm so ready to let it all go. Yeah, that's great. Ready to let it go for myself, for all humanity. Yes. I don't want to look at these things. They're too scary. Good. So you're in the no man's land, right? You're not ready. And if you could go to the not ready, you're out of no man's land, right? Versus like, I want to be ready, but I'm not. Like, just go to I'm not ready. So KR, instead of I don't want to look at these things, they're too scary. So it's a no. Like, I'm not ready to let these go. Because I'm going to show you the second step is like, if you're not ready, it's because there's something still in it for you to receive. In that experience, we're calling it trauma. In that limitation, the limiting belief, there's still something for you to receive. And when you do that, you're ready. So even if it's a no, let it know. Can we let it go with a breathing it all out? Yes, 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 yes. Struggling to let it go, Louisa. All right, hold on. Mind says I can't. Yeah, so even though the mind says I can't, my choice is, and then you're just going to share yes or no. Doesn't matter what the mind says because you're no longer going to live in accordance with the mind, like you're not a slave to the mind. If you could choose consciously, what is your choice? And so the biggest part in ABC, my instant elevation tool, becoming aware of what's here. Wow, there's pain staying where I am, where like I don't get to have enough money and I always have to work my ass off for it. Or like nobody really loves me and everyone does what's right for them and they can't even hear what I need. Or I have to work all the time. I never have any time to myself for stillness or peace or whatever it is, right? Become aware. Right. And the second piece is you've got to embrace that. You've got to actually feel it to heal it. So, what is this piece of the past, old belief, trauma, whatever it is that I'm recreating in the now that I'm actually ready to release? I guess I'm not ready, given that I'm considering having another endometriosis surgery. I would question that conclusion. What is wrong with getting assistance through surgery? Good. Lots of yawning and it's releasing. I'm so ready to release all this heaviness I've created all my life. Good. Okay. So whether it's a yes or a no, yes is like, yes, I'm ready. We're going to do this 3-step practice. No is I'm not ready. And all you're going to look at if it's a no, what do I still have to receive from this? And it's going to either be some form of honoring how challenging it's really been to like let that actually register, or acknowledging how courageous you've been to live with this. So some form of honoring or acknowledging yourself, honoring and acknowledging this pain, honoring and acknowledging what this journey has really been. When you do that, it's a lot easier to choose to let it go because you're ready. Yes, I'm ready to release everything. Okay, so the second step we do now is just breathe into it. Got to feel it to heal it. So let that come up. What has it been like to live with this trauma, this pain? Oh, I had this accident, so now I'm always going to have pain. Or I had an amazing client I worked with today privately who had all kinds of pain from like past medical procedures and biopsies and lumbar punctures. And then there was this idea, none of those were necessary. There was no reason for them to even have done that. But thankfully, she was at such a heightened point of awareness that she saw her body creating the wrongness. Like, I'm making it wrong that they did this to me, versus like, I chose to do this because I wasn't in my clarity. So I went with what they told me to do, right? In her clarity, she knew she didn't need those procedures. In her clarity, she might have chosen a different path. But it's okay, I chose this path. And then her body was able to literally release the cellular memory from, because you do a lumbar puncture, which is in the back, lower spine. It's a test we'll do to put a little needle in and pull off the cerebral spinal fluid to look at that fluid and get some tests or diagnosis done. And I did tons of those when I was in the ER. But a lot of times it can leave some scarring right at the area where the lumbar puncture was done, like micro scarring. And what I've also seen is like a vortex of where the energy is kind of swirling there. And that can be physically unwound. But the essential thing is that we release the resentment we're holding from that procedure of like, oh, I shouldn't have even had this. And I can't believe they did this to me. And what was happening for so many is like the expectation that the doctor would be functioning at the same consciousness and frequency of your wisdom. Her wisdom knew this is not really what I need. This is not actually going to be therapeutic for me. And she wasn't living according to her wisdom. So she was outsourcing it like, doctor, tell me what I need to do. Okay, I'll just listen to you. And what she realized through receiving the experience was, oh, this all happened to show me that I can trust my wisdom. that I can trust the inner knowing and let that guide me to having a procedure, to going to this practitioner or that practitioner, to maybe just, there's a totally different resource I never considered before, and letting that in. When we connect with the guidance, we do make much higher choices. And so receive that experience, and the whole thing unwound, and it released the cellular memory when she released the resentment that was held in the body. And so it's easy. So can you breathe through and just acknowledge and receive the pain, the resentment, the fear, the sadness, the grief, whatever it is related to this past thing that's you're still recreating, and just let it be here. Okay. So there's kind of 3 ways to this letting go. One is, you think of it this way. Okay. Here's my little tube of lipstick, right? I got this thing. Wow. Here it is. The resentment I'm holding. Okay. I'm going to let it go. There I go. That's one way. The other way is, all right, I'm going to just let myself freaking hold it, because that's what I'm doing. I'm holding it as if it's got to just like control it, and just, okay, let me let myself do that. It's okay to let myself do that. That's why it's okay whether it's a yes or a no. I don't want to let go. I don't want to let go. But now I'm at peace with not letting go. So just hold on. Grab that thing and be a yes for that. It's okay to hold this. When I resist persists, what I embrace dissolves. So you can do that as well. And then the third thing is to dive in, right? We're going to like feel that resentment. We're going to feel that pain. We're going to feel everything we're holding, and we're going to just completely blow it up, right? Because everything is just energy. And when we blow it up and blow it up and blow it up and blow it up, what do we realize? It's all empty space. It's not matter. It's not physical. It's not a tangible particle. It's energy. It's a waveform. And what is true about the material physical world is that it's more space than stuff. And so if you just welcome it, welcome that pain, welcome that grief, breathe through it, say yes to it, dive in. Let it be what it is. It will dissolve. Okay, so either way, I welcome this to be here. I welcome this to be what it is. It's okay, I'm holding this, and it's okay to let it go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let your body release it on the exhales. Breathe in the pain, breathe in the acknowledgement, breathe in all the awareness and the experience of how challenging it's been. And then just exhale, let everything go. Let your body soften. Last one, breathe in. And then make a noise with the exhale. Let it go with your sound. What about subconscious emotions? Sabotaging the letting go process. Welcome that as well. All of the emotions of what's here, welcome what's here. Because the letting go process, welcoming what's here is part of the letting go, even though it seems like it's the opposite. What you resist persists. What you welcome dissolves. Okay, so the breath. And then the third part is choice. So A, B, C, aware, breathe, choose. I choose to be free. I choose to be freely expressed. I choose to love and accept myself fully. I choose to fully accept that I'm never going to let this thing go. And that's okay too, because that's also releasing resistance. Doesn't matter. I choose to welcome that this is here. I'm a worthy investment. Yes, this is going on my mirror. Oh, I love you, love you, love you, love you. Woo la la. I love the lipstick move. Just tried it with a body lotion. So good to let go and see new space opening up. Yeah, it points your system to what you're asking it to do. What if your nervous system's unable to process this way? Or is that just a belief also? Yep, it is just a belief. It's just an idea. And so instead of going into the like, but what if I can't do it? Just go into what would it take for me to allow this? What would it take for me to allow this? Who would I get to be? Okay, so all of these pieces of separation, lack, and fear is the falsehood. And that's what we've been living with so long, thinking it's the real thing. I just wrote the dedication for my second book, and it was dedicated. Part of the dedication was like to all the empathic beings who are here, actually with a superpower of tuning into the deepest energies to bring that awakening and that enlightenment so we can do things differently, but have been made wrong. And so you think being empathic is a curse and a disease instead of a superpower and gift. And what it's like to go through life on that lonely journey of thinking like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do the thing that I'm supposed to be doing that everybody else seems to be pulling off just fine? And that's the big lie, is like, that is not just fine. None of them are just fine. They're just unconscious of the misery they're in. We had a woman yesterday in the Be the Medicine group who had a massive catharsis. And as the energy began to come up, there was crying, there was movement, there was like, oh, it was so overwhelming. And, she breathed through it. But the first thing she said was, oh my God, no, I thought I was getting better. And it was clear to everyone, like, no, that's not better. Holding it together and looking good is not better. There is nothing pathologic about screaming when you're in a room that's on fire. There's nothing pathologic about feeling the discomfort and expressing it when you're in a society that's deranged, right? Like, you're not the problem. And so that was part of the dedication, was like that this work is dedicated to all of us who've been here thinking we're the wrongness, we're the problem, versus like, wait a minute, what's right about this? I'm not getting that. I am sensing and tuning in at this deep level. Oh, I have the capacity to feel what's actually going on. So I can choose consciously and choose what really creates expansion. And what really creates expansion may be a scream. Right? Releasing that energy. What really creates expansion may be stillness, right? I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let go of everything I'm doing. And just like, that is not necessary. That is not getting me anywhere. And just being in stillness, which looks like unproductive, doing nothing. Well, that can't be a good thing, but it's actually the greatest contribution I could be doing. And so accessing the truth and honoring it is a superpower. And are you willing to do that? Even though maybe everyone out there in the world says it's wrong. Oh, all right. I've asked that question so many times. What's wrong with me? I'm learning to ask what's right about this. I'm not getting. Yep. Awesome. Yes, I realized that yesterday. It's not wrong to be screaming when society is on fire. Yeah, amen. Good. I'm glad this is affirming. Okay. So what are you ready to release? And is it a yes or a no, right? Like, whoa, I can see I have this belief that I'm, blah, 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 blah. Or that because I was diagnosed with blah, 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 it means I'm never going to be healthy, or that my path will always be hard. There's a lot of ways we make a diagnosis into a reality, which it actually isn't. So are you ready to let go of the beliefs you've bought into about yourself, about the world, and about what's possible? Because as soon as you let go of that, you create a vortex of space that is a vacuum that invites in the truth. So yes, choose to be pain-free. I'm fully alive. I'm living at ease. So go into the affirmative of that. That's a good start, pain-free. But what is pain-free? Oh, there's ease and freedom and joy and lightness in my body. Wow, there's a lightness where like there used to be a tension. Oh, I'm so grateful and thankful. There's this lightness. Yes. Who would I need to be to live in that space? Oh, I'd need to be in total approval of myself. I'd need to be unconditionally accepting of myself. I need to let go of the idea that the outer things are more important. I need to let go of forcing myself to do something that doesn't feel authentic. So that will come, that secondary awareness, once you acknowledge the first piece, right? I'm ready to live at this higher level. And what do I need to release in order for that to happen? What beliefs, ideas, or energies would I need to let go of? And then you can use that ABC tool. What you feel, you heal. So welcome it, welcome it, welcome it. Breathe it, breathe it, breathe it. Exhales, let it go. Your body already knows how to do this. So the idea, but I can't, or but I don't know how, or my nervous system won't let me. Just breathe into that. Like you might feel that idea way down in your belly. My nervous system won't let me. Breathe into your belly, where that idea lives. Bring breath, which is truth, which is light, which is life, into that idea. My nervous system won't let me. Into that idea, I'm too sick, it's gone on too long. Into that idea, healing needs to be slow. It couldn't happen that quickly. Breathe right into that idea, right into your belly, right into where you feel the sensation or have the thought. And so Rachel said, I'm forcing myself to do things that don't feel authentic. It's been a pattern in me that I can now let go of. Yep, exactly. It could be that simple that you're like, I'm ready to be done with that. And if it's a no, receive it first. What is still in it for me? Oh, to realize how much I care, how hard I am willing to work for what I care about. And just realizing like, this isn't actually what I care about. Working hard isn't what I care about. Being a whole and fulfilled and authentic person is. All right, you guys, thank you, thank you, thank you for everyone coming in January to the live event, the Mind Body Awakening. It will be very, very powerful. You will literally repattern the cellular and allow a massive release and a massive integration of truth at the cellular level. Be ready for this. Please do this preparatory work with what we did last week, with what we're doing here. We'll have 2 weeks in January. I am taking a 2-week break for the holidays. I'll be with my family. I'm super excited. We're going to fly out to Boston and spend time with my sister and our family and everybody because we're having a party at New Year's and my cousins and my family, all my loved ones will be there. And I actually want to share and take a minute for this because this was a vision of mine for so long. Many, many years back, I had my first marriage, which didn't end up being my true life partnership. But at that wedding, which was on New Year's Eve, it was a powerful, magic moment where my family and my loved ones were together to celebrate life, to celebrate the new year. And I felt this really big spark of like golden crystal energy with us like cheering and hugging and right at New Year's celebrating life. And it was such a spark for me that I realized I want to do this again. This is an essential component of my life is to have this happen again with all this love in the room at one time to kick off, a new decade, because it was the beginning of the millennium when this happened. And, that whole thing was many years ago. And I just envisioned like being in a place someday where I could do that. I could throw that party and invite everyone I loved and create that to come together. And so I prayed for like that to come together and have the resources and to manifest this and to like create this thing I was so very passionate about. And sometimes it seemed like a pipe dream, like, oh, I'm not ready. Maybe we'll never be able to do that. Or is that stupid? Like, that's kind of a dumb idea. I shouldn't do that. Like all this stuff came up around it. And, but I believed in that spark. I believed in that space of love and that inspiration. And this is the year where we are doing that. We're having this beautiful party. And, I've invited the people I love to be there. And I'm just grateful to share that with them. And it is such a power for me to like have that in my life. I'm so grateful and so thankful that the resources came in, that I opened to something I really believed in and let it birth itself through me. And that is going to be our New Year's. And so for me and for you and for everyone and for the world, I am celebrating that we are stepping into a whole new consciousness beyond anything we've ever seen before, as far as what we truly can create, who we truly are, and what's really possible in this world to begin to live heaven on earth. And so I'd invite you to let go of everything you've ever thought was or wasn't possible, of everything you've thought you are or you're not. Just release everything about who you think you are and let that little whisper of light come in about who you truly are, what you truly are, and what is actually possible through you when you connect with that light and that love. So I'll be celebrating all of us, all of you on New Year's Eve as well. So I wish you happy holidays, and I'll see you back in January for the last 2 sessions of our Into the Light series in preparation for the live event in January, which will be virtual from the comfort of your living room. Join me if this resonates with you, because it will be one of the most powerful integrations that is available. It's at drkimd.com/live if you'd like to get the information and register to join us. And we will be back with Mind Body TV at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, Wednesdays, starting in January. I love you so, so much. I wish you the best. Be sure and subscribe if you're here in YouTube. Hit the bell so when we are posting, you receive that. And you can come to drkimd.com for more information about our events, our activities, our programs, and get started on your own personal expansion. I love you guys. Bye. Bye. Happy New Year. Thank you.